From Florida State University in Tallahassee, I'm David Peters, and this is the Open Division Lottery Draw for the 2023 NIRSA National Soccer Championships. In a few weeks, Round Rock, Texas will welcome nearly 100 teams for the 2023 NIRSA National Soccer Championships. And today we'll announce 48 Open Division teams who will battle for 2 of the 4 national titles to be contested at the tournament November 16th through 18th. The NIRSA National Soccer Championships are part of the NIRSA Championship Series, which is part of NIRSA, the Professional Association for Collegiate Recreation Programs at colleges and universities all across North America. From basketball to flag football, tennis to soccer, the NIRSA Championship Series provides premier championship experiences delivered by qualified experts within a safe and inclusive environment. This year's NIRSA National Soccer Championships will once again feature those 2 divisions, our Open Division, for which we will select 24 men's and 24 women's teams today, and the Championship Division, for which 48 more teams will qualify through regular season and regional tournament action in the coming weeks. Let's take a look at the breakdown of teams in the Open Division today, along with the available bids by region. Each of our 6 regions receives 4 bids for men's teams and 4 bids for women's teams. For the draw, teams are placed in the region that they play during the regular season, which may differ from the NIRSA region in which the school is normally found. The first 4 teams drawn today from each of NIRSA's 6 regions will be entered into the Open Division tournament. We will draw all of the remaining teams in the lottery process to create an ordered wait list of alternates. Teams that receive an Open Division lottery bid today and then qualify later this fall for the Championship Division will have their entry fee and registration automatically transferred over to participate in the championship bracket, and their spot in the Open Division will be made available to the next team on the region's wait list. Teams that receive bids to become unable to attend will also open up spots for waitlist teams, and team representatives are contacted by NIRSA when spots open up. Behind the scenes, I'm joined by FSU Campus Recreation staff members Carrie DiDonato and Evan Eisenstark. And first, let's talk about how the draw works today. Everyone who entered the lottery was printed on a card, like so. Here's Georgia Tech as an example. The card has the name on the front. I will show to the camera on the back. It also has it in the corner so I can read it. Those were put into a security envelope, like so. Nothing on that except for the region that school is in. So, for example, for Georgia Tech, might be Region 2 in women or men. All of the region's cards are placed into the basket here. We shuffle them up, pull them out, and show you those, and you will see the draw like so. There's Georgia Tech right there. That's how it's going to work for each region as we go through today. Now, after the draw, stick around because we'll have captain's information for you today, and we'll talk about our tournament venue, and you can see all the tournament news you need online at nirsaplay.com. There are 136 teams in the draw today, 68 on the men's side and another 68 on the women's. So in the end, we'll have 24 men's bids, 24 women's bids, and 44 alternates on each side as well. Now for the draw, we alternate each year. So this year we're going to start with the men, and we'll begin on the East Coast, going east to west this year. So Region 1 is up first. And in Region 1, for the men, there are 30 teams in the lottery draw. So it's our biggest region. Might as well knock the biggest one off first. Here are all those cards, as I mentioned. We're going to put them in the basket, shuffle those up just a little bit. They were already pre-shuffled, but we'll shuffle some more and get our draw going. And the first 4 will have the bids. We will draw everyone else to get our alternates. And we will begin in Region number 1 with Babson College in the number 1 spot. Number 2, Rochester, followed by Quinnipiac. And our 4th bid in region number 1 for the men is UMass Amherst. All right, let's start that wait list. Lehigh, Vermont, Yukon, Brown, Boston University, Loyola of Maryland, Penn State, Dartmouth, Northeastern, Bryant, Boston College, Stony Brook, Towson. Maryland. SUNY Cortland. Johns Hopkins. Fairfield. Springfield College. Cornell. Penn. Adelphi. New Haven. Providence. Hartford. Looks like two more. Villanova. And last on the wait list in Region 1, Carnegie Mellon. That's men's Region 1. Let's move over to Region 2 for the men. And for the men, just 6 teams here, so 4 bids and 2 alternates out of Region 2 for the men. A little shuffling around there. And let's get started. Region 2, first bid to Virginia. Followed by Tampa. High Point. And James Madison. And our alternates here in Region 2 are VCU and Georgia College. And that is Region number 2. Last up is Region number 3 here as we move through the first half of the men's draw. 4 bids again out of the 6 teams in the draw, so we'll have 6 plus those 2 alternates. We'll throw these back into the basket here, shuffle up, and get going. In Region number 3, we begin with DePaul, Illinois, Xavier, and the last bid to Miami of Ohio. That gives us the 2 alternates in Region 3, and they are Cincinnati, and the last alternate in Region number 3 is Purdue. That's a look at the men's divisions, at least the regions 1, 2, and 3. Here's a recap. All right, let's shift to the women's side of the draw now. Once again, regions 1, 2, and 3. And here in Region 1, again, the most teams. We have 23 in all, so that's 4 bids and 19 alternates as we get going. So here are those. Back into the basket they go. And we'll get going here, the women's draw in Region number 1. First bid goes to Yale. Vermont. UConn. And finally, Bucknell. Those are our 4 bids. Let's go down with our wait list, our alternates, starting with Maryland, Millersville, Quinnipiac, Penn State, Georgetown, Elizabethtown College, Syracuse, Delaware, Buffalo, RIT, Villanova, Northeastern, Cornell, Boston College. UMass Amherst. Johns Hopkins. Springfield College. Penn. And last on the list here in Region 1 for the women is the College of New Jersey. All right, let's move over now to Region 2 as we head to the southeast. There are 13 total teams in this particular draw. That means 4 bids, 9 alternates. Here are those teams in Region 2. Shuffle them around a little bit and begin with our first bid for the women in Region 2 to James Madison. Followed by UCF. Alabama. And finally, William and Mary. All right, let's get that list of alternates going. And it begins with Virginia Tech, Clemson, Florida State, Wake Forest, East Carolina, Vanderbilt, Florida Gulf Coast, Georgia Southern, and finally, University of Tampa. That's a look at the women's Region 2 draw. Let's over to Region 3 in our Midwest. 12 total teams here, so 4 bids, 8 alternates. Back into the basket one more time. And we'll get going here with Miami of Ohio, Grand Valley State, Oakland, and Western Michigan. Alternates in Region number 3 include Purdue, Wisconsin Lacrosse, Butler, Cincinnati, Ohio University, Notre Dame, Dayton, and finally, Illinois. All right, that's a look at the women's draw for Regions 1, 2, and 3. Here's another recap. All right, we're back to finish out the men's draw. We'll go to Regions 4, 5, and 6 now, starting with Region number 4. 9 teams in this region, so 4 bids, 5 alternates. Here are those envelopes for Region number 4. Dropping them in, shuffling them up, and getting to going with the first selection in Region 4 for the men to Texas A&M. Followed by TCU, UT Rio Grande Valley, and the 4th selection, Texas Tech. Here come your alternates in Region 4 for the men. LSU, Kansas, Missouri, Baylor, and finally, Texas. That's Region 4. Over to Region 5. Region 5 has 6 teams in the draw, so 4 bids, 2 alternates. Here we go with Region number 5. And it will start with Creighton, Minnesota, Colorado, and Iowa State. The alternates in Region 5 are Arizona and Colorado College. All right, Region 6, last up for the men's side. 11 total teams here, so 4 bids, 7 alternates. Into the basket those go. Shuffle them around a little bit. And begin with in Region 6, Cal Poly, Cal State Fullerton, Weber State, and the last bid in Region 6 to Loyola Marymount. Alternate time here in Region 6, and it'll begin with Cal State San Marcos, Oregon, Boise State, Utah Valley, Cal Berkeley, San Diego State, and the last alternate in Region 6 is UCLA. Let's look at the men's side, 4, 5, and 6. Once again, another recap, and we'll have the women's coming up to finish out. It's time for our last 3 regions on the women's side, and we'll start with Region 4 this go-around. 6 teams, 4 bids, 2 alternates here in the women's side for region number 4. In the basket, shuffled up, and beginning with Texas A&M, Kansas, Missouri, and the last bid in Region 4 to Arkansas. Our alternates in Region 4 for the women, LSU and Baylor. All right, that's region number 4. Region 5 has 8 teams in the draw, so 4 bids, 4 alternates. Here are those 8. Into the basket they go. And we'll begin Region 5 with Colorado, Northern Colorado, Minnesota, and Iowa State. Our alternates in Region 5 include the Colorado School of Mines, Colorado College, St. Thomas of Minnesota, and Colorado State. Six teams now here in Region 6. 4 bids, 2 alternates, and our last bid of the draw. Into the basket, little shuffling. We begin with San Diego State, Oregon, UCLA, and UC Santa Barbara. Our 2 alternates in Region 6 for the women, Boise State and UC Davis. And let's look at the women's side of the draw. One more recap. We'll come back with some final thoughts. All right, let's wrap things up with some key information for our team captains and a look at the National Championship Tournament venue in Round Rock, Texas. For teams that received a bid today, team representatives, either club presidents or team captains, will receive an email later today, that's Friday, October 6th, with more information about the tournament, including team and player eligibility standards. Teams that received a bid have until Friday, October 13th to accept their bid and complete their team's registration online at imleagues.com. Final team rosters are due by Wednesday, October 25th, and enrollment verification forms are due by Friday, November 10th. But teams must accept their bid and start that registration process online, again, by Friday, October 13th. If your team representative does not receive that email, please visit our website at NIRSAplay.com and click on Soccer to contact our staff for assistance. Regional tournament action takes place around the country in October, culminating with the National Championships in Round Rock, Texas, November 16th to 18th. Here's a look at the Round Rock Multipurpose Complex as NIRSA Soccer makes its third trip to this impressive venue for the National Championships. Round Rock is just north of Austin, Texas. You can see travel tips and information online at NIRSAplay.com. Heading into regional play, NIRSA thanks its soccer regional coordinators. The series also thanks Max Miller at Swarthmore College, Jessica Quadra at Syracuse University, Chris McAlpine at UT Dallas, and Laurel Hanna at the University of Michigan. They lead dozens of our NIRSA members in making our soccer championships successful. And join us for a special podcast this November after the championship division is finalized. We'll take a look at the pools for pool play and just preview the entire field of teams in the championship and open divisions for the NIRSA National Soccer Championships. I'll be joined by my co-host at University of Florida, Marty Dempsey, and NIRSA soccer leaders from around the country to get you ready for the tournament. Visit our website at NIRSAplay.com or go online on social media at NIRSA Champ for the date and time of our preview show and to follow all of the tournament action this fall. And that'll do it. For the NIRSA Championship Series, I'm David Peters. Good luck to all of our teams in regional play, and we look forward to seeing many of you in Round Rock, Texas in November for the 29th NIRSA National Soccer Championships. This is a presentation of NIRSA, leaders in collegiate recreation.